Welcome to RiderCamTV on a cold, snowy, in some parts of the country, afternoon in deepest, darkest Cornwall. Well, good afternoon then. Here we are on a very cold Friday afternoon in deepest, darkest Cornwall, and we're going to fit a mudsling to the BMW R1200 GS Adventure. Unfortunately, the mudguard that's provided by BMW is atrocious, and BMW really need to sort this out, because people who are spending a fortune on kit are getting mud thrown at the back of their legs on the right hand side because your mudguard doesn't work. But this one, my mudsling, bought from Nippy Norman's, is 220% bigger than the original factory fitted mudguard, and I think that's really, really important, and it works, and it takes about 2 minutes to fit. It takes about an hour now, obviously. Okay, this is Toby's suit, pre-mudslinger fit. You can see that the back of the rear, his rear leg, his right hand leg is covered in rubbish that gets thrown up from the tyre on the BMW. A bit of a shame really, because that's expensive kit and you don't want it ruined just by having mud and salt thrown on it. It gets enough as it is.
You could say that it has ruined my rucker.
Here we are with a mudsling. It's really simple to fit. You slide it in from the back of the bike once you've taken the panniers off. There's no need to remove anything else. It goes in probably from the left hand side is the easiest side, and basically it slides down. There's a little recess there where your original mudguard slips into. You pull it back up to make sure it's home, and then it's tie wrapped to your frame. Should take about 2 minutes.
Right, so I'm going back in from the back of the bike, and I'm basically just following the contour of the wheel, aren't I?
You are.
And then literally, I don't know whether you can see that, where this original one is, where my finger is, it just basically, the new one just sits in and clips in, and that is it. For that bit, that's now in place. And now we just need to put the tie cables in, which is up here, and hopefully you can see, and we'll have one there, and it'll hold it there, and it'll do the same the other side, and Bob's your uncle.
It's like this, where it goes down,
Yeah.
and fits in, and then the head is underneath, and you've got to try and get the tie wrap into the head, which is a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't really need to do that. I don't think, anyway.
I suppose that will give your neat just one line across the top.
Yeah.
But I'm not really worried about that.
So if we do it like this,
Yeah.
you can find the hole.
He says.
He says.
Brilliant.
Probably shouldn't do it with all these tie wraps in your hand.
And then the tie wrap is just a real standard zip tie wrap type thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fits in and pulls out.
And that's it.
Now, one thing it does recommend in the instructions is using pliers so that it just doesn't wobble, that it's as tight as you can get it, isn't it?
Well, what I did was I fitted all four,
Yeah.
to make sure it was all secure, and then pulled them up to make them tight afterwards.
Brilliant. So we can. Alright.
That's why you need to make sure you've got them all on before you start tightening things up, because if it slips.
Yeah. So like you've done, Mark, the best way to do it is just to pinch them up a little bit so there's enough movement in there.
I think so.
And then when they're all in there, to pinch them right up, yeah?
I think so. I'm no mechanic by any stretch of the imagination.
Do you know, on the camera it's really weird. All that dirt is showing up as bright. It looks like nuclear waste.
Oh God.
So be careful with your hands. If they drop off tomorrow, just don't ring me. Oh, you won't be able to if you haven't got any hands with you.
I can't feel that. Can you see that? So now it's nice and in place. All you do is pull up on the tie wraps and make sure they're nice and tight. You notice how
Skillfully done.
and how well maintained my pliers are. Look.
Every GSer needs to have a pair of really well maintained pliers.
And that really is it. And then all we'll do is snip these ends off so it looks a bit neater.
And then, looking from the back, there is a 200% wider protection for the back of your rucker kit BMW that gets dirty, because for the sake of £142, which is a lot of money for a bit of plastic, but really it's a £16,000 bike BMW, I think, to be fair, it's a bit of an oversight not putting it on when it was made, to be honest. Don't you, Mark?
I agree. I agree. Good old BMW.